Welcome to Herman Hits the Road, and in this video we're going to show you what our pre-flight checks are before we move off to another site. So you must understand, for the purpose of this video, we're going to do our pre-flight checks, I don't know if it's the right terminology, at the end, just before we're moving off, but in reality we're actually doing it as we're tidying things away. Right, so Zoe normally does the inside.
It's such a big vehicle.
Yeah. So do you want to start us off, Mike?
Oh, okay. So normally I'll start at the back and I'll work forward. So I kind of make sure this is closed. Then when I go into the bathroom and make sure that everything is tidied away. So obviously we don't want that standing up there because that will fall off.
That was the soap, yeah.
That was the soap. And then obviously the shower gel, we don't want hanging up because that's going to fall into the shower. So we just make sure that everything is closed, even the skylight.
Oh, yeah, you've got to make sure that the vents are shut, and there's one there as well.
The dreadful thing is that's still open. So that's all right. That's all. And make sure the shower curtain is locked on as well.
Oh, right, yes.
And then this is all closed. Just make sure the fridge is closed, so that doesn't open.
Oh, we give it a tug as well, right?
Yeah, and that's closed.
Just checking all the cabinets.
Yeah, that's right. And then we turn off all these, don't we? So
that's our gas.
The gas, the fridge, and the cooker and everything. So we close that. Make sure that's closed. Make sure that's closed. Nothing there. And these are all closed. So normally I'd put the table away because when we're travelling it's better, isn't it? So it's behind the seat. So the bed, we tend to get that all tidied up when we get out, don't we, rather than right at the end when we're just about to move off. But I suppose we've got to make sure that the
seatbelt clasp is
on. Yes. Sometimes it moves
that
about a bit, doesn't it? But
yeah, you don't want that falling down when you're driving.
Whacking us on the head.
Would you give them a little tug?
Well, I normally just sort of press very lightly just to make sure they're clear. And also the skylights again are all closed because we have had this open, haven't we?
Yeah.
When we've taken off. Taken off? Sounds like we're going in the sky.
And the exits are here and here.
So that's about it for inside. So yeah, really just making sure the cupboards are all closed and you've got the skylights all closed, isn't it? And then you normally do the outside, I'd say.
Yeah. Right, let's go outside. So the first thing that we do is turn the gas off, or make sure that it's actually off. I also check, just tap the gauge here to see how much gas we got. We're still full. If that was moving, if it had moved, I would consider filling it up. I'm looking around as well to see if the tyres are still inflated, the lockers are still locked, or that we've locked them properly. This is our electric hookup, and I give that a little tap to lock that. Make sure the locker is locked and these are fastened. And if they've got bikes on the back, I'll give them a bit of a wobble, see if they've moved. They seem to be pretty solid. May even give the straps a bit of a tighten up if they need it. And I'm basically just moving around, seeing the lockers are still locked or closed. The toilet cassette door is locked. This should just spin, that's the water. And the door here is locked, which will probably open anyway when we're moving off. Of course the tyres as well. And then one thing we have been recently doing, we've had a couple of bulbs blow at the back. So on this particular holiday, every other day we've checked that the lights are still working. But we don't normally do that, it's just on this particular holiday. A few other things that we do when we're moving off is we check to see how much fresh water we have. And if it's low, and depending on where we're going next, we may put a little bit more in. But we also empty our grey waste as well. It's sometimes quite difficult to get rid of that. And of course we empty the toilet cassette depending on where we're going next. One other thing that you might want to check on your fridge are these two switches. We have one for 12 volt and one for electric hookup. And of course we have the gas over here. So we have the switch off for the gas. But over here we just leave these on anyway, and when we're driving the fridge will cool off the alternator. But if you switch these off, you're going to want to keep making sure that you switch them back on again.
Right, so the very last thing we do before we move off is to raise the step. I mean, luckily Herman beeps, doesn't he, when you release the handbrake, so we're notified anyway. But we always make sure that is up. Right, so we're off our pitch, and what we tend to do is look back to see if we've forgotten anything. And it doesn't look like we have. So that's our pre-flight check before we move off the site onto another one, or we may be, like today, we're going home. If you have anything else that you do, let us know, or you think we've missed something, do let us know in the comment section. Until next time, if you've liked the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and how about subscribing and that notification bell, don't forget to click that as well. But until next time, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye. Off we go, my love. Off we go.